Hey YouTube, welcome to the channel. My name is Rich. Today we are out for some throttle therapy. The name of the channel is Rich the Return Writer. For all of you here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all of you that are return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all that subscribe to the channel, appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't yet subscribed, hit the subscribe button so we can continue to bring you some of this content. So today, guys, we are here. We are at Interstate Honda Yamaha, my local dealership. Pretty close to me, guys, probably about 15 minutes from where I live. And we are here today on a mission. The first thing is to get some pricing on some tires for the Honda Goldwing. I have the Bridgestone, I think it's Edger right now, or X-Edger, whatever the hell they call. And wanted these guys to check them out to see how much wear I have on the tires and so forth. They're recommending that the front tire is right at the wear mark. The rear tire is pretty good. It's pretty weird how that works. Of course, recommended that you change both tires at the same time. So what I wanted to do, as I was looking up some tires on the internet, is to have a conversation about one of the guys here about the different tires and so forth, the tires that I have on it, the cost of the tires, whether it is worth me. Let's get going. Let's go up here, go through that little circle here. Whether it is worth me taking the tires off myself and bringing them after ordering the tires and having them mounted. Truth of the matter, guys, the tires is the rear tire for this bike, when I looked it up, is probably about $280. I forgot what the front one was. But after ordering the tires, taking the tires off and so forth, and then bringing the tires to be mounted, I think we're going to be pretty close to that $700 mark that they said. It's a little over $700 for both tires. Now, one of the concerns I have is not just the cost, but the folks that work on the bikes. You know, I have had some not so positive experience with dealerships. This is, I don't know if I mentioned, the 2019 Honda Goldwing. This is Ruby, and this is my baby. But the thing that I'm concerned about, guys, is I'm starting to learn more about this motorcycle and work on it myself. I always feel a lot more comfortable or confident when I work on the motorcycle. I torque things back. I know what to check. Than sometimes having the dealership do it. While I was there, I also priced changing out the air filter. We are now at 15,530 miles. I bought the motorcycle with a little over 4,000 miles on it. So we are not exactly there when it comes to changing that filter, but again, decided I would get some quotes while I'm here, so I know what I'm dealing with. I was once told that changing that air filter could be up to 8 hours in labor. Now, what they calculated there was actually the filter is $60-something, and the work is a little over 2 hours. So again, I've seen videos that talk about disassembling this motorcycle to change that filter. As much as I would love to take the task on, guys, you know, sometimes you take that task on and you told yourself, hey man, I should have just paid to have that done. So again, coming out here and meeting the guys and talking to the technicians to see if they sound like they know what they're doing, and kind of letting them know, hey man, Ruby's my baby, so you guys gotta take care of her. One of the concerns is removing all the plastic on this motorcycle. I have had a piece broken. When I bought the motorcycle, the piece was already broken. A struggle for the person to either take off or to put back on, and it's right around that little plastic piece around the battery box. So that's one of the concerns I have, that, you know, when they're disassembling this motorcycle, as much as it needs to be disassembled to change that filter, that whoever is doing the work knows what the hell they're doing. You know, I don't want to be working on my bike later and seeing broken parts that I know wasn't broken before. I have done some disassembly with this motorcycle already, as I was installing the lights and batteries and running my external fuse box and all that kind of stuff, and it's not that bad, folks. Now, I'm not a big fan of all the plastic that the motorcycle have on it, but hey, you know what? It is what it is. Now, guys, I'm taking you to a little longer route as I'm heading home. Usually I'm on the back roads of Lake City. Today I'm on I-75 Goldwing South. Yeah, so $700 and something for the Bridgestones installed out the door. The other question that I'm going to ask is, the rear tires still have some good mileage in it. The front tires seem to have worn right to that indicator mark. Would you guys recommend changing both tires at the same time, or just matching it with the front tire and putting it on it for the purposes of cost? Now, you know, I got about 2 years out of these tires. You own these motorcycles, you got to pay the cost to be the boss, guys. You know that. But still, we are always looking for a deal. We are hoping never to be ripped off. And a lot of times we're thinking about saving a little bit of money as we do things ourselves. Now, I'm going to mention one more thing before I end this video. When I was looking up tires and the different type of tires, and I saw the cheaper version of tires, the Shinkos, but I know that's one of the tires that I had on the front of the Boulevard. When I bought the Boulevard from the dealership, which I'm a little disappointed with, they had mismatched tires on that bike. They had the Metzlers on the back that I went back with, and it had something called a Shinko tire to the front. And I had this motorcycle for over a year before I realized that there were different two different types of tires on the motorcycle. Very disappointed in that. So, you know, something that I know is not recommended. Of course, I went back with Metzlers. But yeah. So the other thing that I was mentioning is I heard of something called Darksiding. Now, apparently for folks that ride lots of mileage, like I said, I've put on probably a little over 10,000 miles on this motorcycle in 2 years. So definitely wouldn't be considering that, but I am curious about it. I mean, I know I watched a video with Chris Caliente talking about Darksiding. And for you folks that don't know what that is, that's putting a car tire on the back of the motorcycle. You get a lot more mileage out of the tire. The tire is a lot cheaper, but it does sound like it compromised the handling a little bit on the motorcycle. Now, it was recommended to me when I first started doing the slow speed classes. I heard Robert Simmons talk against it, saying that car tires are designed for cars, motorcycle tires are designed and rounded for the purpose of the handling of the motorcycle. They're designed to lean. But man, I have watched a couple of videos with these guys talking about Darksiding and getting used to it. And now, like I said, folks, I'm just curious about that. What do you think about it? And then there's something called double Darksiding, where they use the rear and the front tires with car tires. And I thought that was interesting. I'm curious as to what the hell that would feel handling like on a motorcycle like the Goldwing, that's actually a pretty nimble motorcycle for its size, with a kind of a square tire on the back of it. But, you know, like I said, at this point, maybe when I get out and I start doing a lot more mileage on the Goldwing, and I get a lot more wear on the tires, it's something that I might consider, or look into, I should say research. But at this point in the game, I am going to go with the manufacturer's recommendation. Anyway, folks, I'm going to wrap this video up. Don't want to make it too long. Just want to give you a little bit of heads up on my whereabouts, what I'm up to today. Excited going forward and doing some more of these videos. Actually planning to build my little dream garage in the back of my property. And, you know, after I do that, maybe I'll be more anxious to take on a lot more of the tasks here that I am, you know, that I'm going to the dealership for. It's kind of fun to be able to work on your own bike. Anyway, folks, for all of you folks that have subscribed to the channel, again, appreciate your support. It's about fun and enjoying the ride, learning to ride, encouraging folks to get out, do the advanced safety classes, the parking lot drills. You know, the road strategy is a big deal, folks. But it's one thing to have the road strategies, and in that emergency moment, you're not comfortable knowing what to do at the slowest speeds. Add some protection to your motorcycles. Do these advanced safety classes. Get in the parking lot. Do the parking lot drills. Practice that emergency braking. Rich on a Ruby. And you know what I always say, it's better that you drop your bike on the concourse or in the parking lot than to crash them out there on the streets. Out.